building an electric lattice of love, building an electric lattice of love, building an electric lattice of love, building an electric lattice of love.
Not a real world hustler, not a real world hustler, I'm not a real world hustler, not a real world hustler, I'm not a real world hustler, not a real world hustler, I'm not a real world hustler, not a real world hustler,
Building an electric lattice of love, building an electric lattice of love, building an electric lattice of love, building an electric lattice of love.
Not a real world hustler, I just ain't got the heart. This human trip is getting old and I don't want no part. I'd rather work my mystic groove and let my magic shine. Cultivate the sacred, now leave linear behind. Dropping through the veils, a life illusion fades away. What's real is not what's not is real magnificence displayed. Technicolor orgasm, multidimensional delight. Interwoven tendrils of superconscious light.
Building an electric lattice of love, building an electric lattice of love.
Not a real world hustler, not a real world hustler, I'm not a real world hustler, not a real world hustler, I'm 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 not a real world hustler, not a real world hustler. This hollow pantomime we call life, reducing perfection to fear and strife. Paradigm shifting is all that is needed. In the blink of an eye, ignorance superseded. This hollow pantomime we call life, reducing perfection to fear and strife. Paradigm shifting is all that is needed. In the blink of an eye, limitation superseded. Not a real world hustler, not a real world hustler, I'm not a real world hustler, not a real world hustler, not a real world hustler, I'm not a real world hustler, not a real world hustler, not a real world hustler, I'm not a real world hustler, not a real world hustler, not a real world hustler, not a real world hustler.
Building an electric lattice of love, building an electric lattice of love, building an electric lattice of love, building an electric lattice of love.
What's going on? It's crazy, gotta hear it. People disconnected from their very own spirit, just to make the surface dysfunction complete. Ego and personality in the driver's seat. We're blind to the miracle, we're lost in translation. We're all one, energy, multifarious manifestations. Real change is coming, inexorable wave. Gotta shed the human bullshit, step up and be brave. Not a real world hustler, 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 I'm not a real world hustler, 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 I'm not a real world hustler, 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 I'm not a real world hustler, 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 I'm not a real world hustler, 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 I'm not a real world hustler, 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 I'm not a real world hustler, 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 not a real world